Hello and welcome to today's episode of Comms Business Live, where we'll be looking at AI porting and how this could be a new wave in wholesale automation. I'm Charlotte, editor of Comms Business, and I'm delighted to be joined by Matt Clegg, Head of Platform Development and Innovation from Fuse2. Thanks for joining me today.
Good morning, Charlotte.
So number porting in the UK has been a manual and error-prone process, but Fuse2 has created an automated process that is transforming the traditional porting experience. So perhaps just as a starting point, can you talk us through the development of your automated porting process and kind of the trends that kind of had been identified in the market?
Sure, yeah. So it's quite an interesting one, really, because porting automation wasn't an area that we'd strategically identified as a target for this year. But sat in this very office with our CTO one day, we were talking about use cases within the business for potential improvement. And at that very moment, we could hear our porting team sat outside, kind of complaining and talking about their day-to-day activities, the manual tasks that they had, the vast amount of emails and information that they had to process each day, which really made their job quite difficult and didn't allow us to go at the speed that we really wanted to as an organisation. So kind of hearing that pain point in real life, myself and Wayne, the CTO, we really started to have a think about how we could potentially address that using a set of automated tools and AI technology. And yeah, so that's kind of how we started doing that. From there, within a small period of time, what we did was understand the existing process, and that process was very email centric. So emailing of customers, emailing of suppliers, emailing of information, and involve multiple systems. So by understanding the initial process, what we then were able to do was think about how we could leverage tools, including AI, to make that task easier. And that's what we set out to do. First of all, delivering some internal tooling, and then from there moving on to customer-facing tooling, which followed several months later.
It's so funny sometimes when it's not what you set out to achieve. It's just a problem that you kept encountering, and then you figured out a way to fix it. And now it sounds like you're just opening up access to something that's been working for you internally anyway.
Yeah, very much so. Sometimes the nice things in life are the things that you stumble upon. And I think, when you listen to the feedback that we're getting from our internal team members and both our customers, it feels like we really stumbled across a key problem and have been able to improve that experience both for our internal employees and external customers and partners.
Mm-hmm. So appreciate it sounds like there's been a lot of benefits that this process has brought to you and your partners, but can you just talk us through kind of the top level benefits that this is offering to customers?
Yeah, sure. So when we think about the benefits, probably worth focusing on some of the things that weren't working well before. So the process before was very manual, and people are people, and when they have vast amounts of activities and tasks to do, things get forgotten, things get missed, mistakes get made. And by providing a set of tools and technology to support our teams, what we're doing is effectively removing a lot of those things. So now we don't have team members sat there processing hundreds of emails every day. The system does that on their behalf. The system helps those team members understand what needs to happen next. The system will remind customers if they're missing things. So from our perspective, the key benefits are really around kind of accuracy and efficiency. So things that where mistakes happened before are no longer happening, but we're also able to process things and deal with new reports in a speed that we never really were able to do before. So so really some key benefits for the customer and partner. I think the final thing is that ability to now be able to self-serve. So historically, the porting process, it was filling in some PDFs, sending that information to us. Someone would pick that up. They'd ask you queries and questions. Now, with the set of tools and the Orca portal where our porting experience is delivered, the customer has a guided, simple process from placing the port to delivering those numbers on a service within our network. So yeah, really key themes around efficiency, accuracy, and speed for our customers.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you'll have improved the process kind of along the way, especially given you started with an internal process. But can you just talk us through kind of that development of the end process? How did you kind of go about it, and kind of how long did it take to kind of get to this perfected product?
Sure. So yeah, the initial development, our initial approach was really leveraging the AI or training the AI technology on the specifics of UK portability. I'm sure most people have interacted with large language models, but often they lack the context and the detail of specific procedures and rules within a market. So what we did was really focus on taking the specific area of our industry that we're trying to improve on and train the AI on that. So what did that look like? That looked like things like teaching it standard porting regulations within the UK. What are the lead times for a number port and the different types of number ports? What are the acceptable times for no responses? If there's no response, we then can train the agent to generate an escalation because the standard process has been breached. Along with training the agent on specifics of email interactions, both from historically within our base and the type of emails that our team generate. And when we started to build up that knowledge around there, what it meant was that we had a set of AI agents that are able to understand UK portability really, really well. And by understanding it well, they can start to deliver actions and process porting requests for us. But obviously, there's always that risk that the agent doesn't know what's happening. So we've got relevant checks and balances where the agent can refer back to a human when something is outside of its understanding. So we've got some guardrails around that. So yeah, we focused on training the agent, but we couldn't just go live on day one. There was very much a period of the agents running alongside our operational teams to understand when this person is doing this thing, does the agent have the same outcome? And that took lots of time to understand that, monitor that, and tweak that to improve it over a period of probably about a month or two. But the total period from training to launching the internal tool was probably about 4 months. So we moved pretty rapidly, and that included a set of visual-based tools for the internal teams to interact with as well. Very much a learning curve in our organisation, though. I think most organisations who have attempted to adopt AI technology have found that there's some shortcomings, there's some challenges, and working through those to be able to deliver a business-ready platform is pretty difficult. But us as an organisation, we were able to take those learnings and start to use them elsewhere as well. So, but once we finished that, there was probably a period of maybe 3 or 4 months where we ran just internal tooling, and we saw those benefits straight away. We could see the velocity of our teams was improving. We could see the accuracy of the team was improving, and that really led to the justification for us to invest further around this set of tooling to deliver that into the customer-facing portal.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and there is some nervousness in parts of the market around AI, but it sounds like your approach has been to just put the right guardrails in place, so the AI kind of you're in control of the AI instead of the AI controlling you.
Yeah, very much so. I think there were some key learning points around the human interaction that I referred to. What are we doing with the porting AI capability? It's consequential AI. So that means that we are giving the AI the ability to go and make decisions that have a consequence. You know, they could terminate someone's telephone number if it was the wrong telephone number, or port the number on the wrong day, or raise an escalation at the wrong time. Building a set of guardrails and policies within the AI to protect us, that was really key, as well as that escalates to human interaction. That for us was really a key behaviour that we had to achieve as part of this. And the way we achieved it, there was different ways that we did that, but one of the key things is obviously ensuring we have consistent outputs through our test cases. So what we did was run large amounts of number ports or artificial number ports through this platform before we let any number port hit the platform and be delivered towards a customer.
Absolutely. And what has been the reaction to this process? What do people think of it once they've seen what it can do?
I think on the whole, it's been very positive. I think we've got two real groups of users, as I talked about before. We've got the internal users who've really seen a job that was extremely administrative heavy be completely revolutionized for them. They no longer have to update multiple systems. They're no longer monitoring for hundreds of emails that have standard actions off the back of them. And they now have a set of tools that allow them to move at a better speed and really focus on complex things rather than the day-to-day off-the-shelf activities. And then from our customer base, it's been really positive. I think their ability to be able to submit ports, have them progress at a speed that they've never seen before, and all the way through have visibility of what's happening when things go right and things go wrong. So yeah, generally it's been really positive. I think with any of these things, we've had really good feedback. We've got a really good partner base here at Fuse2, and what we do is take on board their feedback and comments and continually work to develop these platforms and improve them ultimately for them and their customers.
And as you mentioned there, your own partner base is already using this, but if someone else is watching and they like what they hear, what is the best first step that they should take?
Pick up the phone and give us a call, or reach out to our sales team. You can self-register for our portal as well, so there's multiple ways to get in touch with us. But yeah, we have a dedicated account manager team who can help you as a partner grow your partner base, understand our products, co-sell those products, and give you that tour of Orca and the capability within our portals.
Absolutely. So that does bring us to the end of today's episode of Cons Business Live. Thanks, Matt, for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks today.
And thanks to everyone else for watching. If anyone watching does want to follow up with Matt and the Fuse2 team, there are some links in the video description to connect you with the right people. But otherwise, thanks everyone and goodbye.